So we have two types of files generally.
Hmm.
One is called PDS file, another one is called PS file.
Hmm.
So PDS file means it is called partitioned dataset. PS file is physical sequential.
Hmm.
So partition dataset means libraries. So these are also called libraries, meaning in your project you have all these components, right? JCLs, COBOLs, VSAMs, then COBOL DB2 programs, copybooks, control cards. All these components should be kept inside their respective libraries. So PDSs are also files. You just imagine with, suppose at home you have a library where you have kept all the fiction books in one shelf, comedy books in another shelf, adventurous books in another shelf, like that. You have arranged everything like that. So in mainframe also we'll have like this. So if your application name is something whose short form is ABC, for example, so your libraries will be like this. If abc.jcllib, abc.proclib, abc.cobol.sourcelib, abc.copylib, abc.control card, like that. So what are the components we have? We have JCL. So all the JCLs that are present in your project will be written, will be kept inside this library. All the procs will be kept inside this library. All the COBOL programs will be kept in this library. All the copybooks here, all the control cards here. So
Hmm.
all the components will keep in separate libraries. Now we have multiple regions, right? So we have dev, then you have suppose UAT, then you have prod. So in every region, these libraries will be different. Names will be different. So if your application name is ABC, so generally I have seen in many projects in dev, all the libraries will start with dabc.jcllib. It's not
Hmm.
a very, I mean, constant thing that everywhere it will be like that only, but it may happen. To
Hmm.
differentiate between the names, they add D in the beginning to make you understand that these are all dev libraries.
Okay. What is control card?
Control card is a member where we keep some statements. In your JCL, if you see, you have some statements called sysin star, sysin dsn something. So those are called in-stream data, which we pass from JCL to the COBOL program. Those we keep inside control card. So for example, in your JCL, sometimes you'll see like sysin dsn. Here, suppose
Hmm.
ABCD. Then the JCL ends. So this ABCD is there. This is additional information that the user passes from the JCL to the program that you are executing.
Hmm.
Okay, additional information that you are passing from your side to the application, to the COBOL program. So instead of
Hmm.
writing it here, the best practice is to use control cards. So what we'll do is we'll create a control card library. We'll write the library name here. Suppose abc dot control card comma this, sorry, within bracket we'll give a member, suppose m1. Inside this member we'll write this abcd, and
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
equal to share like this.
So it's like a input, like the
Input, yes, yes,
variables. Hmm.
yes, yes,
Variables.
input only.
Okay, fine.
So
So
it is
what?
a best
So
practice
that's
of,
the input. Then what about this copy lib?
this is related to files which are used in COBOL program. Copybooks are used inside
Oh,
COBOL
copy
program.
books. Hmm.
Copylib means copybook library. Okay,
Okay,
there
okay,
we keep all the layouts of all the files.
okay, okay. So what is proclib then? Proclib.
Proc is again a part of JCL. Okay,
Hmm.
so how does a JCL look like? A JCL will be first job name, then account information, then all the parameters will be there, right? Job
Hmm.
parameters. Then we will have step name, exact PGM equal to suppose program name. Then we have file related dd on dd equal to abc dot file one, like this. Then suppose dd2 dddsn equal to abc dot file to disp equal to old. So suppose this is a JCL. So in a JCL always starts with job card, where we'll have a job name, we'll have all the parameters of a job. Okay, job is a statement, all the parameters. We have account information, programmer ID, and all of that. Okay, so basic information. If you remove this line, that becomes a proc. So a JCL without a job card becomes a proc. So a proc cannot be executed by itself. Okay, because without this first line you cannot execute a execute a proc. So when you remove it, it becomes a proc and it cannot be executed by itself. To execute this, you need a JCL. So procs are written, I will tell you later when we start proc. So why is it used and what is the real-time use of it. So proc is
Okay.
a part. So these are all part of proc is a part of JCL. Then COBOL program, copybook is a part of COBOL program, and finally control card. Control card is a part of JCL only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm.
Now, so this kind of libraries will have now in all the regions. These libraries will already be created. Whenever you join a project, you will always already see that these files are already there. You don't have to go and create these files in your project. These are internal. These libraries will not come from anyone. You have to create your project in your project, and you have to keep all your members. So if you have a new requirement where you have to write a COBOL program, you have to write it and keep it inside this library, source library. If you are
Mm-hmm.
writing a new JCL, you keep it here. Okay. Now this is called PDS. Okay. So generally the naming convention is like this. And in there is another type of file which is called PS file. How did I write it? Uh, So PS file is the actual file which comes from the client side. Okay, this has the actual business data. So every day the files will come from the client side. Those files will be in the form of PS files. Okay, so first of all, let us understand the naming convention. So generally, a file is a file name is given in such a way that first there will be a first qualifier dot second qualifier dot third qualifier dot fourth qualifier, like that, and so on. So maximum length of a file name is 44, and each qualifier will be 8 characters. Now I'll tell you what a qualifier is. As I said, if your application short form is ABC, in your project all the file names will start with ABC.
Mm.
Okay. Now next most likely it is the job name, JCL name, where this file is used. Suppose it is like this, ABC00001. Next is the program name where this is used. Suppose ABC 2000 20001. Next is the step name where this is used. These are not mandatory things, but these are followed. Okay, the applications try to follow. And finally, some date parameter. Suppose today's date. What is 020724? So now you can see in between there are some dots. Okay, so these dots should be given inside a file name to separate the qualifier. The first one is first qualifier, second one is second qualifier, this one is third, this one is fourth, this one is fifth. So
It will be
first,
the hierarchy like environment and
hmm, correct.
so okay. Mm-hmm.
So the first one is called high level qualifier. Okay,
Okay.
HLQ. You will hear this HLQ. This
Mm.
high level qualifier. So this is generally your application name or project name short form. Okay, then this is the program JSL name where it is used, this is the program name where it is used, this is the step name where it is used, this is finally job name. And the maximum length, the total length, if you count 1 2 3 4 including the dots, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, it should not be more than 44. It
Mm.
should be maximum 44 each qualifier. Then this is a qualifier, this is a qualifier, each qualifier length should not be more than 8. Maximum can be 8, it can be less also, but it cannot be more than 8. If it is more than 8, then your JCL will fail with syntax error that this file has exceeded the length. Okay, it will not be executed only.
Okay.
So this is how the now why these things are followed. These are some standards that every application is following. Now if there is a client which is receiving files from multiple applications, so obviously there are ways to find out which file is coming from which application, but also from the name itself they should understand, okay, this file is coming from ABC application. And also someone else, if some other application looks at this file by the name itself, he should understand, okay, this is a ABC applications file. Like that, each and every application will have different naming convention. Names will be different. Okay,
Mhm.
so all the components like JCL, proc library, source library, everything will start from ABC, and file names also will start with ABC. Now this file suppose will come in production region. So what the admin people will do is they will provide you only read access to this HLQ ABC. To this high level
Okay.
qualifier, they will provide only read access. The meaning of that is, if uh, I mean all the files which start with ABC, you will only be able to open it and view it. You will not be able to edit, you will not be able to rename, you will not be able to delete, you will not be able to do any edit writing thing. Okay, only you will be able to read. So that's the permission which is given to your mainframe ID when you join a project, that ABC is production file. So they will provide only read access to your to ABC qualifier to your ID. Similarly, if the files are coming in UAT region, the names will be slightly different. Suppose in the front side they will add U for all the files to differentiate that this is a UAT file, this is production file. Again in UAT also you don't have write access, so they will provide read access to this UABC qualifier also this time. Same file,
Okay.
if it is present in dev, you can create with DABC. Now in dev, they will provide both read and write access. So they will provide read and write access to DABC qualifier. That is why you will be able to create a file in dev, delete a file, rename a file, write data inside a file. You will be able to do anything. So that all already that always depends upon the permission that is given to your ID. This is RW. Okay, got it now.